you.
If you are here right now, as in you are alive and breathing, if you're not, I apologize, but if you're alive and breathing, it's banana check time, banana in the chat. We have 24 two truths, one lies to go through, and you still have plenty of time to submit more that you may have. We're going to be kicking off in literally a minute. Apparently, we're going for soundtracks today, by the way. We just had the Gogglebox soundtrack on, and now we've got Train Spotting. It does, apparently, Kafnan, but it's very drummy. It doesn't sound like a song when it gets to this bit, in my opinion. But if I skip it, it gets to that bit again. Anyway, welcome everybody to the stream. Oh, what a fucking week it's been. What a crazy, crazy week. How are we all doing? Let's say hello to everybody first of all. We got Kafnan, we got Aki, we got Lily, we got Brandon, we got Owen, we got Megan, we got Dan. Welcome all of you to the stream. We got Marky, welcome all of you to the stream. If I've not said hi to you, raise your hand. The reason I'm saying raise your hand or just wave or say hello or anything is because if you're here but you're not saying anything, apparently Twitch is deducting view counts now, which kind of makes sense, to be honest. But like at the same time, is a lurker penalty, which is not good. Kate, thank you so much for the sub. 1 whole year. Thank you very much, Kate. OMG indeed. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the 1 year of subbing. You get a fancy new blue badge. Wahey. Yeah, no, it's been a crazy one. Have you ever felt onset imposter syndrome? I've been in this job for almost 2 years. And something happened this week which made me feel massive imposter syndrome 2 years after joining. Which is weird, but hey, it's happened. Also in the news, thinking about it, I made something which only took me like an hour to make, and I'm getting praised to high heavens for it in work, which is great, but I feel like there's other things I could be praised for. Like, I'm so glad I'm being praised. I'm so glad it's made that much of an impact. But like, I've done this. And I've been praised for that, or I've been like passively praised. But this, I've been praised high heavens for, and I put an hour into it. Whatever, it is what it is, but I'll take it. Yeah, oh my god, so much has happened since last week's stream. I hosted my first ever game show that's not made by me, which was so fun. Raise your hand if you watched Game Show Showdown over at CubesCon, because fucking hell, it was amazing. It was so good. One of the closest things I've watched in a long time, and it was so fun. I was honestly a little bit nervous about the fact that I was going to be hosting it, because I was like, oh, what if I slip up? What if I accidentally swear? Because you know what I'm like with my mouth. I swear like a sailor. But no, I didn't slip up. No, I didn't swear. And it all went well, bar issues. You made it after it was already 2-0, but it was crazy. Oh, I mean, if you don't want spoilers, mute for the next 10 seconds, okay? I'm going to put my hand up, and I'm going to put my hands down once I've stopped talking, okay? If you don't want spoilers, then mute for the next 10 seconds until I put my hands down like this, okay? They ended up going from 2-0 down to a 3-2 win. It was a big fucking reverse sweep. It was insane. It was the closest games ever, which made it so interesting to watch, so interesting to commentate. And it was just so enjoyable. There was a couple of tech issues, but that was it. Other than that, it was an insane game, so fun to watch and host. And it was just so fucking insane. So to go from 2-0 down to a 3-2 win, crazy. You don't see it all the time. So yeah, I totally recommend watching that VOD if you haven't watched it. Because not only do you get to see more of me, if that's a pro to you, but you also get to see one of the most insane game shows ever. Properly enjoyed it. Cannot wait for the next one. If there's a next one, when is the next one? I don't know. We'll find out. But it's been good fun. Is there a lurker penalty? Yeah, lurker penalty, basically. If you don't talk, then you go and get put in the bin. I've got an extension on right now, and luckily, it's not so bad for me. But I've seen other people where it's really bad for them. Right now, as you can tell from the numbers here, I've got 10 people watching, but there's actually 14 people. So the sub count is being negatively affected. Sorry, view count is being negatively affected because it's saying there's 11 people, but actually there's 14 people. And the view count's displaying 11 despite there being 14. So it should be 14. But yeah, there we are. It's an interesting one. And people are complaining to high heaven. So I'm hoping that they'll revert it. What's the point of this update? To be difficult. That's just Twitch in a nutshell. Be big, difficult, and be stupid. But there we are. We work with it, right? It does seem kind of pointless, but there we are. So it's the lurker penalty, as most people are calling it. But there we are. It's been a crazy week. I'm really enjoying it. And also, oh my god, I gotta be really careful with what I show here. 1 second. There we go. Putting that out of the way. I also got a nice little thank you message from the people that were in the office at Cubed, and I got some of the cue cards as little mementos. So everybody that was in the office signed the rest of the studios one, and then I got a Cube 2025 cue card as well. So I can be like, well, hey, now up on the Cube news. So yeah, it's cool to have some mementos. And this was actually used in the Quickfire game show that I helped to make with them. So this was one of the rounds there. So yeah, it was good. It was very good fun. It's nice to have some mementos to take away from it. Despite not being in the office, they sent it over to me, so very kind of them. Looking forward to working with all of them again in the future. So yeah, it's been a crazy one. It's been a fun week. Captain says, I've been in my job since 2017, I still get it on set imposter syndrome. Yeah, I agree. I'm glad it's just... I'm glad it's not just me. Hold on, who did you nearly call Alex? You did hashtag Novaseat. Did you nearly call Kate Alex, or did you nearly call me Alex? I need to know, Lily. Do I look... If I was not called Fraser, and you had to guess my name, because nobody knows that my name's called Fraser, but if my name was not Fraser and you had to guess my name, what do I look like? What do I look like? What name do you think my name would be if I wasn't Fraser? I really want to know, because I feel like there's so many different variable answers. You look like an Ollie. I mean, perhaps. I don't know. I mean, I can't look at myself and say that's Ollie, because that's very clearly me. But perhaps Ollie. Like, that's not too bad. I'll take an Ollie. You need to call Kate Alex. Graham. Bro, I do not look like a fucking Graham. Does this face look like a Graham? I mean, I'm looking that way because that's where my OBS preview is. I cannot see Graham there at all. Jeff came to mind. Jeff, no, that's not Jeff. That is absolutely... I can't see Jeff there. I knew two Jeffs. One of them was a relative. The other one was a gigantic prick. And I don't know where he's gone now. He kind of disappeared, and fuck knows. But he was a prick. So I can't see Jeff. But maybe that's because I have family connotations and pricky connotations. You're so bad at answering this question. You see Ollie or Michael? Is that Mike? No, it's not Michael. I don't see Michael. No, Michael's not there for me. Maybe a Drew, not Andrew, simply Drew. That's Drew. Drew is streaming. I don't know. Either Ollie or Dan. Do I look like a Dan? I mean, in my head, Ollie and Dan are kind of like in the same bucket of names. I don't know if I would personally be a Dan, but that's like kind of like in the same bucket. Like, both of those names sound like they would be assigned to the person of the same personality. So I don't know, maybe, perhaps. Do we have any other names? Brian. Yeah, no, I don't see myself being a Brian. I can't see Brian there. I only know a few Brians, and I'm not like any of them. But also, I don't look... I don't know. Interesting. It's weird how I'm vibing with Ollie, and that was the first one that was said. Do we have any other names I could be? I'm really interested now. Man, I'm doing a flip as well. That's fucking crazy. Frederick? Oh, man. Do I just, like, emit the letter F? Do I emit the letter F? Any name beginning with F could be me. Do I look like a Fred? I don't look like a Fred. I don't know. Herb? I don't know about that. That's like the worst one so far. Rodney. Is that Rod? Nah, Rodney seems... I don't know. Obviously, half of this is also going to be, do I like the name? Like, I like half of the names that have been said. But, like, I feel like Rodney's not a common name anymore, and Rodney... That's not Rodney. Nah, that's not Rodney. No. Kyle. What the fuck is up, Kyle? Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink Mountain Dew. I don't storm Area 52. I or Area 51 or whichever one it is, area whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm a Kyle. Max? Perhaps a Max? From Maximilian, definitely not Maximilian. No way. You remind me of an extroverted version of my brother-in-law's name. Extroverted version of your brother-in-law? You like him, saw this through him last Friday. I mean, I'll take it. I'm glad. But like also yeah, I mean, I'll take it. It's a good thing. An extroverted is not normally. I mean, yeah. I guess over time I've got more extroverted. I don't know why I keep looking at myself now. I guess over time I've got more extroverted, but like I'm still to heart a mixture of an extrovert and an introvert. Extrovert when needed to be, introvert when else. Reminds me of the main character's big brother from Diver Wimpy Kid. Oh my, right. So that's not me, right? Because I do not omit actual Rodney character. I don't even omit Rodney name. If that name reminds you of it, then yeah, I agree. Gertrude, Brandon, go fuck yourself. Tyler, I'm definitely not a Tyler. You can get on board with What? No, you can't get on board with Gertrude. Who the fuck is Gertrude? Gertrude's like, you might as well call me Francesca or a Flamingo. I don't know why I said Flamingo. What about Margaret? Yeah, like Margaret's on the same line as Gertrude. What about Dorothy? What about... What the fuck is a Pauldrig? I've never heard of Pauldrig. Is that a real name or did you just make it up? I'm actually Googling it just to see. There is a person called Pauldrig Lee.
You're my favorite streamer. Please never change your name.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. There's a close one. Padraig is the Irish Gaelic spelling of Patrick. Oh, I mean, it kind of sounds the same. There's only one guy called Pauldrig in the world. He's called Pauldrig Lee. That is it. There's nobody else in the world, according to Google. Gertie for short? No way. Patricia. See, Patricia was the name of an old software that my old company developed. And I can only think of that. I don't know why they called it Patricia. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I hear Margaret, I think I miss... Yeah, Big Mags. It's not the one you guys thinking about. No, we don't like Mags.
Good evening and welcome to Patricia's Two Truths and a Lie stream.
I don't like that. I feel like you also look like a Theodore. See, whenever I see the name Theodore, I think of fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks. So all I'm thinking is, hi, Theodore! That's all I'm thinking of. Patricia got bugged. Now that just sounds like a crime scene. Yeah, I mean, maybe Theo. Obviously Theodore for long, but I could see myself, maybe a Theo. That could be a Theo. Perhaps. My mum thinks you look like a Robert. Perhaps. Rob for short. Is that a Rob? I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting one. Here, Bob for short. Fuck off. I'm not a Bob. I am not Bob. Maybe a Rob, but not a Bob. Bob is short for Bobbert. I'm telling you that now. Bob is short for Bobbert. It's like, how on earth do you get Dick instead of Richard? It should be Rich. You should get a Bob. How about you get a Bob? I Bob HD. Bob the fucking Builder. What about Fraser? Nah, I don't look like a Fraser. Nah, I've never seen that Fraser in my life. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't think there's... I don't know. It's hard to see myself as any other name because obviously I've had this name all my life. But it's weird. It's very weird hearing Ollie and vibing with it, and Rob or Robert and vibing with it, and Theo and vibing with it. Like, you know, that could be cool. Like a Frasier. No, Frasiers can go fuck themselves. We don't like Frasiers. We only like Frasers. Never having Frasiers around. Bert for short. No way. Whenever I think of Bert, I just think of Ernie and Bert. Or Bert and Ernie. Lily, you might as well be banned for that one. There used to be a trend of rhyming nicknames, so Dick came from Rick. But where did Rick come from? Rickety? Rickard? Great, welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't think I said hi. But now I'm saying hi. Hello. What's your middle name if you have one? I'll let the people that know keep it, and I'll let the people that don't know not know. That's actually the one bit in my name I don't think I've said on stream. So I'm going to keep it that way for now. I know the middle name means nothing, but still. But you might guess it, you might not. It's not uncommon. If anything, it's more common than Fraser, I'll tell you that. Rick does come from Richard. So Richard has Richard as the main name, Rich as a shortened name, Rick as a shortened name, and Dick. Okay, great. I see where you're coming from now. I just had to say it out loud, and now I'm not done. My middle name's Emma. Fuck's sake. I told you, don't tell me. It runs with Nexus. Fuck! Guys, stop doxing me! I don't want people to know. This is crazy shit. Can't believe that. Actually cannot believe that. Anyway. So yes, as you can tell from the title, today is the 2 Truths and 1 Lie community stream. This is the second time we've ever done it. The first time we did it was 1.5 years ago. We did it 1.5 years ago. Which is crazy to think about, because I can't remember what I was even doing 1.5 years ago. I kind of blanked out the entirety of 2024 and 2023. And now here we are in 2025. And yeah, it's weird. Your middle name is Venus XS Ultrasound. Come on, Gray. I told you, don't fucking reveal my middle name to everybody. If you know, you know. Keep it to yourself. Don't tell everybody my name is Fraser Venus XS Ultrasound Johnson. That's not how it goes around here. Can't be telling anyone, okay? Keep that to yourself. So yes, 2 Truths, 1 Lie. I think it's going to be a really fun stream because it's been such a long time since the last one. And the good news is, I also cannot remember what half of the 2 Truths and 1 Lies were from last time. Because it's been so long. So if people submit the same ones again, then I'm not going to remember, which is fine. But the problem is that some people here might remember instead, which is great for them, but not so great for me. Because I'm going to look so forgetful and stupid. My middle name is not Gertrude. Ah! So yeah, I'm going to look a little bit silly. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to look a wee bit funky, silly fun, more without the fun. So bear with me if that does happen, okay? Because I'm trying my best to not let that happen. You only remember one of the ones you submitted last time, none of it. Okay, so I hope that you submit more. Because I want to see all of them. At the moment, we've got a lovely 25 2 Truths, 1 Lie to go through. Should we make a start? I think we should make a start on the 2 Truths, 1 Lie stuff. Should we make a start now? Oh, someone's accepted my follow request. How lovely. How lovely. You don't remember what we submitted last time? I would have submitted more. I forgot to submit more about myself this time because I was thinking when I first brought this up and I said, I'll save it for later. And then I forgot. So yeah, this is going to be fun, isn't it? This is going to be really fun. Anyway, so let's start off with the first one. This one was my first one. So we're going to do it in this format, by the way, and feel free to submit more as we go along. So we're going to have one on screen like so. The one on screen is going to say all 3 options. You're then going to put a poll in the chat as to which one you think it could be. So I could start off the poll, or we could probably just type in the chat. No, typing's better. We're not going to start a poll. We're just going to type in the chat which one you think it is. And then I'll reveal which one's a lie. And then for reference on my screen, what I've got is I've got the window minimized to the point where I can only see the name and the 2 Truths, 1 Lie box. And then I have to scroll to see what the answer is. So I can't see what the answer is. Obviously, for this one, I know what it is, because this one was from me. So the first 2 Truths, 1 Lie of the stream is from me. I once was handcuffed by the police. Or I once called a teacher a gargantuan poop magnet. Or I once ate a dog biscuit. Which one do you think is the lie? Which one has never ever happened in my life, and the other two are truthful? Kathleen said, I forgot and saw your mind this morning. Could think of two. Nice one. Looking forward to that. Kathleen thinks that the middle one's a lie. Kathleen thinks I did not call a teacher a gargantuan poop magnet. Brandon thinks number 3 is a lie. Thinks I did not eat a dog biscuit. Marky thinks number 2's a lie. Lily thinks the first one's a lie. She thinks I've never been handcuffed by the police. Arky thinks number 2's a lie. Dan thinks number 1's a lie and I've never been handcuffed by the police. Gray thinks number 2's a lie with the whole teacher, and Megan thinks that 2's a lie. So a lot more people think number 2 is a lie. And I did not call a teacher a gargantuan poop magnet. Are you right or are you wrong? You're correct. I did not ever call a teacher a gargantuan poop magnet. I have been handcuffed by the police, and I have ate a dog biscuit once. Surprise! Now you may be asked, yeah, I was going to say, immediately a request for story time. Why was I handcuffed by the police? I have not been arrested. It is so important to already make it very clear I have not been arrested. Where I used to live, there used to be a building owned by the council. And that building got broken into one night and set off the alarms. The police arrived, but they didn't have the means of getting into the building. And one of them was busting for a piss. They knocked on our door. I was very young, I must add. They knocked on our door, and one of them was like, can we have a piss? He had a piss. They stayed around for a drink until the actual people with the key arrived, and got me in handcuffs as a young child. Cannot remember how old I was. Definitely in the single digits. Probably somewhere between 4 to 6 years old. Maybe younger. Probably 4 to 6, thinking about it. And yes, I was put in handcuffs by the police for a fun photo. The second time was last week, exactly. So yes, that's the story time. Nothing. I haven't been a bad guy. I've never been arrested. I've never been in trouble with the police ever, and I don't plan on being in trouble with the police either. But that was the one time I've been handcuffed by the police. There we go. And I thought that was going to get more people out, but it didn't, because you guys really think I'm a bad person. Which is fun. So yeah, congratulations to those who got that right. What I'd recommend, by the way, is keep a tally. Keep a tally of the ones that you get right. By the end of it, I want to know your scores. Obviously, for the ones that have been submitted by you, don't keep a tally of that. Okay, the next one is a 2 truths, 1 lie from Gray. And it is, I had a pet cat, I had a pet dog, and I had a pet bird. Which one is the lie? Now, this is really difficult, because it could be any of them. I don't know what Gray's pet history is like. I don't know if Gray's ever mentioned a pet. And if you have mentioned a pet, I apologize. My memory is just not good at all. My memory is awful. Oh my god, I just realized I have not put on Blue Sky the fact that I'm streaming. 1 second. Live. Playing 2 truths, 1 lie with my community. Come and join the fun. There we go. Yeah, okay, so yeah. Are you allergic to any of these? I don't know. Would you be allergic to a bird? No. Would you be allergic to a dog? Maybe. Would you be allergic to a cat? Maybe. Most common pets are cat and dog. I guess the least likely one is a bird. I feel like Gray's a bird person. I don't know. I don't know much about Gray, but I feel like Gray's a bird person. You're not allergic to any of them. Okay. But then if you had a bird, you might not have had a pet cat at the same time. Oh, this is going to be difficult. Have you had a pet cat or have you had a pet dog? I just feel like you can't have a bird and a cat at the same time. And birds last a long time. Okay. I'm going to say the two that had were at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to say you've not had a pet cat because I don't think you've got a cat and a bird at the same time. You could have trained it, but I'm going to say that your lie is a pet cat. Let's have a look through the chat. Dan thinks that the lie is you've never had a cat. Marky thinks 3 is the least likely, but that she thinks you are lying about the dog. Brandon thinks that you're lying about the bird. Kafnan thinks you're lying about the bird. Lily thinks you're lying about the cat. Arky thinks you're lying about the bird. Oh, wait, hold on. Lily changed her mind. She thinks you're lying about the dog. Megan thinks you're lying about the dog. That's a good point. Cat and bird together sounds bad. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I thought, but Grace seems like a cat person. Okay, so I'll give you a couple more minutes to change your minds if that point is resonating with you. But otherwise, we'll reveal it in 30 seconds. Yeah, I feel like you can't have a cat and a bird at the same time because cats fucking love killing birds. The only way I can see you getting around that is if the cat was a kitten and grew up with the bird. But I'm going to say that you're lying about the cat because the cat and the bird might not have got along anyway. Lily thinks that 2. You think you're lying about the dog. Final answer. The answer was... Oh, interesting. The lie was the dog. Well done, everybody that thought Gray was lying about the dog. So that means Gray had a cat and a bird at the same time, which is crazy. Fair play for getting them trained at the same time. If you have a picture of both of them in one photo, I need to see it. I really need to see a photo of both of them in one photo. Because that's pretty cool. And exciting as well. Okay. It is Kia time. Oh, hold on. Let's have a look at what Gray's got to say first of all. So I had the bird for like 3 days. Oh, because we rescued it and then immediately found another owner. And then I used to have a few cats. The cats were 14 and 10 when we had the bird, though. I see. Okay. So 14-year-old cat probably doesn't have the willpower to go and do it. But yeah, the bird for 3 days, that is like the ultimate swindle there. I guess you did technically have a bird, but you didn't really have a bird. But you did technically. Fair enough. It worked. Okay. It is Kia time. Kia's 2 truths, 1 lie. I've flown to another country for a concert. I've been on stage at a concert. And I've gotten barricade for another concert. Okay. I think I know the answer. Because I think I've heard 2 of them, definitely. So, I need to hear what you guys think first of all, before we go through it. So for Kia... Do you think Kia's lying about flying to another country for a concert? Do you think Kia's lying about going on stage at a concert? Or do you think Kia's lying about going, getting the barricade at a concert? Put your guesses in the chat now. Okay, so Arky thinks that Kia's lying about going on stage at a concert. Dan thinks that Kia's lying about going on stage at a concert. Brandon thinks that Kia's lying about getting the barricade at a concert. Is the UK all one country in this situation? I would consider no. Because Scotland and England are 2 different countries. Wales and England are 2 different countries. Northern Ireland and England, 2 different countries. You think one is likely to be too obvious? So Kafnan thinks that Kia's not flown to another country for a concert. Dan can see Kia being on stage. Lily said, I'll say 1, I've flown to another country for a concert because you think you remember something. Marky says, Kia's my bestie. If I answer in the chat, I'll ruin the surprise. Dan's guessing 1 final answer. Dan is locking in that she's never flown to a country for a concert. Gray thinks she's never flown to a country for another concert. Brandon thinks she's done all 3. Brandon also thinks it's 2. 100%. Wait, is it? He's not too sure. He's not too sure. So first of all, he guessed 3 that she's not got the barricade. Now he thinks she's not been on stage. Marky, what do you think? You said that if you answer in chat, will ruin the surprise. I think everybody's guessed at this point. I know what I'm thinking, and I've got it behind my back. Actually, I'll put it behind my head so you can see. If you could just see it easily. So I have got the amount of fingers up for the answer I think it is, because I'm fairly certain. Go on then, Marky. Get your answer in the chat. What do you think it is? Go, 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 go. We're waiting for Marky before we continue. Imagine if he flips this off. Damn, you got my joke. No, I wasn't going to, actually. Right, we're just waiting for Marky, and then I will reveal my answer. Because, yes, I know for a fact that Kia has definitely done 2 of these. One of them was recent. One of them, I can't remember if it was recent or not because time just doesn't exist in my head. And I'm so certain that I know which country it was as well. Fuck! Well, I said the one I think it... All right, so I think she has flown to another country for a concert. I've given that away. The other 2, it's between 2 and 3 for me, and I know which one it is because I know which one happened. Marky's still not answering. I don't think she knows her bestie that well. She don't know her bestie. Otherwise, she would have answered straight away. I don't think Marky knows her bestie. You know 1 has happened. That's why, yeah, that's why you've not guessed 1. You're stuck between 2 or 3. Yeah, so, Brandon, which one are you locking in, Brandon, whilst we wait for Marky to finally answer in the chat? Which one do you think it is? Because you were stuck between 3 and 2, first of all. Do you think it is 3 or 2? Lock that in. And then I'll reveal the answer. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Marky has done a runner. I don't think Marky knew the answer, so she's ran away, which fair enough. Okay, so I know that the lie is number 2. She has never been on stage at a concert. And the reason that I know that she's never been on stage at a concert is because she recently got barricade at the Lewis Capaldi concert in London. I'm pretty sure she has flown to Northern Ireland, or Scotland at least, for a concert. Scotland counts as another country. It is not England. So I know for sure that she has not been on stage at a concert. Is that right? Yes, it is. She has never been on stage at a concert. Oh my god, why can I not edit? There we go. I was accidentally editing my other thing. So yes, congratulations to everybody that guessed 2. She has never been on stage at a concert. That's pretty hard to do. I've been on stage at gaming events, and I've been on stage for other reasons, but never been on stage at a concert. I've been on stage at a gig, a small gig, but Are we counting a school No, I have been on stage at a concert! I fucking performed! I performed with school for a big Christmas thing at a Christmas concert at the Colston Hall / the Bristol Beacon in central Bristol, which is the main performing centre, the main performing arts centre concert venue in Bristol. So I have performed at a concert. Well, there we go. You forget things and then you do, yeah, then you remind yourself. There we go. Thank you, Kia. That was a good one. Led to even bigger discussions. Okay, so this person has never, ever put their name in this chat. Apparently, they're anonymous. I think I got this mixed up. Anyway, this person's not left their name. So this person has 3 lies. We don't know who it is. Number 1, I once told my crush I liked them through my dad's Facebook. Number 2, the crush said they liked me back. Number 3, I injured my crush the week after during PE. Which one do we think is a lie? Now, we don't know who this person is. It could be anyone. It could be the guy that painted your bedroom 2 years ago. It could be anyone. But this specific person is either lying about telling their crush that he liked him through dad's Facebook, is either lying about the fact that the crush said they liked him back, or is lying about the fact that they injured their crush the week after during PE. Because they said PE, I think this person's British. I just don't know who it is. You hope for them that number one's the lie. You hope that they've never told their crush they liked him through their dad's Facebook. You performed in concert 3 times, so nice one. Brandon thinks that number 2 is a lie. You think that the crush never liked them back. I mean, that would be unfortunate. Got rejected and got revenge. Ooh! That would be a story arc and a half, wouldn't it? Telling the crush that he liked him, they said no, and then they ended up kicking them during PE accidentally. I think that's entirely possible. Okay, Arky thinks number 1's the lie. Arky thinks that they did not tell their crush they liked him through dad's Facebook. I think I would cringe at myself if I told my crush I liked them through my dad's Facebook. Yeah, I think this is an unfortunate sequence of events. I think this is an unfortunate story. I think that the crush didn't like them back. I think they did tell it through the dad's Facebook, and that's the tragic story. The crush didn't like them back or didn't say anything at all. And then they, kicked their crush during PE or something because how dare you deal with that heartbreak. Which one is the lie? Okay. Boom! The second one's a lie. The crush did not like them back. That's so unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. It is a sob story. It probably is Brandon's tragic chain of events where they got rejected and got revenge. I'm sorry, whoever you are. But I think you shouldn't have done it through their dad's Facebook. Because that's just wild. Can you imagine that? Fucking Jonathan sending a message. It's just bad. It's just bad. So there we are. Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Congratulations, those who got it right. Make sure you keep in score. It looks like Arky. It looks like Megan got it right, and it looks like Brandon got it right. So make sure you are keeping track of your scores. Next up, we have. Oh, do you know what? Let me split this up so some new lines. This is now another story. I ran a chicken farm out of my apartment. I raised a little chick from scratch from when it was forming in the egg till it became an adult rooster. I then killed and ate that rooster, and it tasted fine. iCarly-esque, literally! It literally feels like they got little chicks around their apartments. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. Oh, it was Dan! Dan did the 2 truths, 1 lie. I used my dad's Facebook in middle school because I didn't know how to make one, and everyone knew it was me. Also, I didn't injure my crush on purpose. Oh, Dan! Oh, dear. Fair enough. Well, it happens. Unlucky. Probably for the best. So, yeah. Which one's a lie? Did they not run a chicken farm out of their apartment? Did they not raise a chick from scratch? And did they not kill it and eat it and it tasted fine? I mean, I'm praying that number 3 is not true. I am praying that number 3 is not true. Brandon thinks number 3 was a lie because it didn't taste amazing. Arky says 3, question mark. Marky says 3. Kathnan says, I think the apartment part is a lie. So Kathnan thinks number 1's a lie. Megan thinks 1's a lie. So here's my thought process. You cannot have one without the other. to have number 3, I then killed an 8. That's rooster would imply that they must have had to have raised it from little ones to adult. But there's no way that there was a fucking farm going on in an apartment. Because who the fuck is having a farm in their apartment? I genuinely believe that somebody got an egg, incubated it, took care of it, and then killed it and ate it. I don't think they can have a chicken farm in their apartment. Because if they had a chicken farm, it wouldn't just be that rooster. It would be multiple. I think one's the lie. I may be really overlooking into this, but I really fucking hope that that's the lie. But I really think I'm reading into it too much, and number 1's not it. But I'm going to go with 1. Because I feel like those two need to be linked together. These two don't need to be linked together. And then these two aren't linked. So I think it's number 1 because of that. Megan's going number 1. Gray's going number 1, but wants it to be 3. Lily doesn't think anyone in the community would do 3. I can think of one person who this could be. And only one person. You're thinking landlord or neighbors will not let that happen. Yeah, I feel like there would be noise complaints and stuff. And it would stink. Like, who on earth would have an apartment thinking a farm? Okay, please be number 3. It is... The apartment one's a lie. The chicken incubator was in my dad's store. When the eggs hatched, we put them in a storage room that we owned. It was pretty wild. But then there was this one chick who was sick and weak, so I put him in a bird cage and gave him special care until he became a strong and healthy rooster. He was then released in a proper chicken coop, but he was being so loud so the neighbors complained about him, and we had to kill him. Good soup. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god! That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. There's only one person I think it could be. I will not name them, just in case. But, yeah. Good soup is a wild way to end off that, but there we are. Well, you didn't get me, but I really wish that you did. Okay, next up, we have 1. I have an imaginary friend. 2. I go on adventures in my mind and explore the world in daydreams that feel way too real. 3. I can look at people and see them bold at will. I will use it for my entertainment. Which one's the lie? You have an imaginary friend. I feel like everybody had an imaginary friend at some point. Got eventually mind exploring one dangers that feel way too real. Like, that's massive disassociation. 3, I can look at people and see them bold at will. I'll use it for my entertainment. Can I see myself bold? Actually, yeah, I can. Maybe that is something they can do. The bold one is like, bruh, yeah, I know. I think it's possible, but like, I feel like it's too specific, you know? People have or had imaginary friends at some point in their life. I know I did when I was younger, because I was just a fucking stupid kid. You go on adventures in your mind and explore the world in daydreams that feel way too real. I feel like people daydream a lot. And I feel like you need the Fraser bold emote on Twitch. It is on Twitch. See? I think this one is one of the bits ones. Let me just double check. Yeah, so Fraser Bold is accessible by 15 viewers. If anyone donates 1,000 bits, then you get Fraser Bold. If you donate 5,000 bits, you get Nurge. And if you donate 10,000 bits, you get And the only reason it's set up that way is because I've ran out of emote slots, so they have to go there. I've got animated emote slots, I just don't have any more normal emote slots, so that's why they're there. Okay. So let's have a look through the chat. So, Marky thinks that they don't have an imaginary friend. Lily thinks they don't have an imaginary friend. Arky thinks they don't see people bold. Kafnan thinks they don't see people bold. Gray thinks they don't see people bold. Brandon thinks they don't see people bold. Three has a lot of details that can easily be flipped. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Bits is overpriced. I think 1,000 bits is $10. Obviously, they got like the Twitch tax on top, the Twitch fee. But I think it's $10. At least that's how it's paid out anyway. I won't be surprised if it's not $10. I've never bought bits. The only thing I do, right, is I do these Twitch research surveys. And these Twitch research surveys, they just give you bits for completing them. It can be like 5 minutes, right? 5-minute survey. And at the moment, I got 2,900 bits sitting in my bit balance, waiting to be spent. And that's just from doing Twitch research surveys. Those are never actually available for me. I don't think I've had one in a little while. I used to have some quite regularly, but I don't think I've had one in a little while. But yeah, I think I've probably had like 5,000 bits worth. Because I know I spent a bunch of them on a charity stream once. It just was like, yeah, take all the bits. And it was like 2,000 bits. So I got 2,900 ready to go. It says I could do it, and it's like, sorry, we don't have any right now. Yeah, you gotta wait for the emails. I don't look on the page. I just do the emails. Okay, which one is the lie? I think it is number 3. The answer is... Oh. Yeah, real. Very real. Sad times. I'm sorry you even don't have an imaginary friend. I'm sure you can get an imaginary friend that is your friend. It was so real. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Okay, this person is anonymous. We have the following. I like the smell of farts. I like the smell of perfume. I like the smell of freshly cut wood. This is definitely Marky. Number 1 is what? I mean, some people like the smell of farts. I don't, but some people do. You wrote your name on mine. Yeah, but you can also not write your name. Could be a game of 3D chess. I'm joking anyway. So Marky thinks number 2's a lie, that you don't like the smell of perfume. Arky thinks number 1's a lie, that you don't like the smell of farts. Oh, wait, no, 2's a lie. Sorry, you said number 1's what? Everybody thinks number 2's a lie. They think they don't like perfume. Also, girls don't fart. Yeah, girls don't poop either. You can understand number 2 being like, 'cause I hate perfume too, but how can you like farts? Catherine thinks number 3's the lie. You think that they're lying about the smell of freshly cut wood. I mean, I think freshly cut wood doesn't have... Oh, no. Okay. So I was thinking if you chop down a tree, it doesn't smell too much. But I think it's when you use, like, a chainsaw. Like, let's just say you've got a real Christmas tree. Some people may have not had a real Christmas tree, so let me explain it to you. You get a real Christmas tree, and before you bring it in the house, you chop off the base to level it, so it can go into the tree holding thing. When you chop off the base, it smells a little bit like burning wood, as well as just, like, nature, pine, or whatever the fuck you got. And the smell of that is quite nice. But other than that, I don't know. Unless it's like planks of wood, where it's just a smell of burnt wood because of friction. I don't know. I think it's probably that more than anything. You love the smell of burnt wood. Yeah, I think it's probably burnt wood more than freshly cut wood. Okay, so I think Fraser just rich-splitting cut trees to us. No, I'm so sorry. If it's any reassurance, I didn't even have a Christmas tree last year. I decided I live alone. Who fucking needs to see a Christmas tree? Not me. And I didn't even get myself a Christmas tree. Probably the most unfestive year I've ever had. But it did mean when I went home for Christmas, it did feel quite festive because the tree was there. But like, I don't know. Maybe I'll get myself a real Christmas, not a real one. Maybe I'll get myself a fake Christmas tree this year. See if I move or not first. That's the thing. You chop down many trees with a chainsaw, and you can't remember a distinct smell being there. But you got a point back, Chris. Yeah, exactly. I think it's that specific bit. I didn't know you lived alone. Surprise! Yeah, I moved out a year ago. And I'm looking around now to see where I want to move next. Because I can stay here. I don't need to move, but like I'm looking around to see where I want to move next. Because my renewal has come up. It's been that long. Yeah, it's been Marky. You've not been around for fucking ages. You've been gone for a very long time. Let me scroll up. Okay, yeah. So you came back on the 10th of October. The last time you were here... Oh, sorry. You came back on the 3rd of October. The last time you were here was the 6th of October, 2023. You've been gone for a good 2 years. It's been a very long time. But yeah, there we go. You're back. That's the most important thing. You're on vacation for 2 years? For 2 years? I'm joking. I would love to go on vacation for 2 years. Anyway, let's finish off this 2 truths, 1 lie, because we've been talking about farts and perfume and wood for so long now. Which one's the lie? Oh, wait, I didn't even guess myself. Well, I'm too late to guess. The lie is this one. They don't like the smell of perfume. They give you a headache. So they love the smell of farts and they love the smell of freshly cut wood. Enjoy your farts, whoever you are. Okay. Next up. Oh my god, we got the world's longest one. Hold on. I don't even know if it's going to fit on the big one. It doesn't fit on the big one, so you're going to have to listen to me quite carefully, okay? One time I was telling a friend that she looked like an actor, but I forgot the name of the actor, so I just told her you're like that one actor who talks a lot. Okay? Number 2. I was waiting for the bus once and somehow my pants button fell off. And my pants came loose and I didn't have a belt to hold them up. Before I was able to figure out, well, I've got hiccups. The bus arrived, all the seats were taken. He didn't want to ask anyone to give me that, so he just stood all the way to uni holding my pants in place. I was able to find some shoelaces to use as the belt when I got to uni, though. No buttons were filled that day. I think that's a win. Number 3. When I was a chili. Oh, maybe a child. I'm gonna spell check for them. When I was a child, I was running in my neighborhood with some friends, not paying attention to anything, accidentally hit the mirror of an old lady's car that was parked outside the house. The car started beeping loud. We all got scared and ran off as the lady came out screaming at us. Later that day, my friend told me I apparently broke the mirror, but I still don't think I did to this day. Okay. So are they lying about the whole forgetting about the actor thing? Are they lying about holding up their pants throughout the whole bus ride? Or are they lying about breaking a car mirror? I feel like everybody's done one. They said, oh, that one person, and then what person they just forget. I feel like one's too common for that to be a lie, because you just don't think about that in your life. Like, it's bound to have happened. I think one is a truth, guaranteed. Number 2, so it's between pants button and breaking off an old lady's car mirror. I feel like number 2 is more dramatic than number 3, which sounds more common. I think they're metagaming this one. I think number 2 actually happened. I think they went on the bus and held their pants up throughout the whole thing with a shoelace. And obviously pants, they're referring to their trousers for the British people. I believe this person is American. Because obviously people's underwear don't have buttons that mean they'll fall down. That's what I mean by that. Some are buttons, obviously. So I think that the trousers one, pants one did happen. I think the first one definitely happened. I think number 3 is the lie. I think they're metagaming. But again, I could be really too far into this. Let's read this. Arky said that she thinks it sounds like Brandon. Yep. Definitely. Marky thinks that 2's a lie and that buns will reveal. Arky thinks 2's a lie, and they did not have that whole experience on the bus. 3 thinks that Brandon sounds false. Hey yo. Brandon thinks that 3 sounds false, and again, it isn't the car mirror. Dan thinks that 2 is a lie, and they didn't have that whole experience with their underwear. And underwear, trousers, pants, fucking hell. Gray thinks that 1's a lie, which is probably the least likely in my opinion, but fair enough. Megan thinks that number 2's a lie because in her experience, most trousers have zips as well, which is so true. I didn't think about that. But it could be... There are some without zips. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3. Moment of truth. Which one is it? It was number 3. 3 is the lie. Congratulations if you guessed 3. That one was the lie. Number 1 was true, which obviously makes perfect sense. Like I feel like everybody has had that one at some point in their life. And number 2 was true, which meant that their pants button did fall off, and they stood up holding up the trousers throughout a whole bus ride until they found some shoelaces to use as a belt. Fair enough. I'm glad that worked out for you, because that could have been a very traumatic bus ride for you. It was Dan. It did fuck all that day. You had to hold up your pants for like an hour. Oh my god. Okay, we got Gray. Oh, Gray, what the fuck is this one? We've got Gray! The third option is the lie. The first option is true. The second option is the lie. Oh my god. This isn't even... This isn't... What? This is just... You have to think about this so much. Larissa, welcome to the stream. How's it going? There is one answer. Okay. Did any of yours come up yet? None. If you put your name on them, no. Okay, I'm going to work through this. If the third option is the lie is true, then that means the second option is the lie is false, which means that the second option must be true. So if the second option, the first option is true, then this one is true because that's the lie. So this one is a truth. The first option is true. So if the first option is true, then that means the third option is definitely a lie. Which means the second option is true. Sorry, the second option is true, which means the first option is true, which means that is true as well. The second option is the lie. If that was true... Am I thinking about this right? Fucking hell. And what's his name was Friday? Yeah, I think I'm with you, Megan. Okay, hold on. I need to think about this. If the third option is the lie, then that means the second option's true. Which means the first option's true. Which means the third option is the lie. So... Wait, if the second option is the lie, then that means... Oh, hold on. If the second option is the lie, then that means the first option is a lie. which means the third option is true. Which means second option is a lie. Oh, I'm seeing it now. It's a game of fucking... Okay, I'm visualizing it now. That means the second option is the lie. This one is the lie. I think 3's the lie. Arky thinks 1's the lie. Lily thinks 3's the lie. Megan thinks 3's the lie. Larissa thinks Laurel, which, yeah, fair enough. Dan thinks 3's the lie. Okay, the answer is... Thank goodness for that. The answer is... The second option is the lie, So that was number 3. There was a quote, but I accidentally forgot to copy it, apparently. Because if it were true, then the first and third option would be lies, and this is not 2 lies and a truth. Very true. There we go. Which means, yes, number 3 is the lie. Congratulations to everybody that guessed 3. If you guessed 2 or 1, you are wrong. Oh my god. My brain was not ready to decipher a riddle. Okay. Megan! Megan's 2 truths, 1 lie. My granddad is mentioned on Wikipedia. I was once a test subject in a medical research study. And number 3, I have a Google Doc with screenshots of the nice messages you guys say to me. Oh my god. Hold on, which Megan is this? Because we have 2 Megans in the community. This sounds like it's probably Phantom Fever Megan. Yes, okay, good. So, is Megan's granddad mentioned on Wikipedia? I don't fucking know. I feel like Megan said something along those lines before about how somebody's known. Somebody in their family's known. So probably 1's true. 2, you were once a test subject in a medical research study. Perhaps. I don't know. And number 3, Alex, thank you so much for the sub. 57 months of subbing. Much appreciated. Let's get a hashtag Alex in the chat, so thank you. How's it going, Alex? How's parenthood going? Tell me about everything. Yes, you can finally say hashtag Alex. Indeed, you got it right. Okay, so test subjects in a medical research study. I mean, weren't we all test subjects in a medical research study? When we were submitting COVID tests, weren't we all test subjects in a medical research study? Because, like, we were being tested. And it was for research as well as to report whether you got it or not. Perhaps. I have a Google Doc with screenshots and nice messages you guys say to me. I meant that my embryonic fluid or something was used to see if I develop asthma. Okay, so Megan was definitely the test subject of a medical research study. So it's between 1 and 3 then. We know it's definitely not 2. Because that's so specific. There's no way Megan would just lie about that in the chat to back up a lie. Because that's crazy. Okay, so did you develop asthma? Sorry, I'm really curious now. Okay, so number 1, is it Grand Dimension on Wikipedia or is it this one? I feel like you've said something about somebody being known in your family before. Something's coming to mind, like there's a bell ringing. So, like, I think it's 3. I think you don't have a Google Doc with screenshots, nice messages you guys say to me. Which is odd, because I feel like you also would, but also I don't know, but I don't know! I feel like you would, though. But there are bells ringing that one's true. Because I feel like you've said something about somebody being known. I'm going to go with this one hesitantly. Let's see what everybody else says. Okay. 3 is too wholesome to be false, says Kafnan. Kafnan thinks 2 is a lie. He thinks that Megan was lying about that, which we now confirmed is true. Lily said 2 so easy, been loads of research studies online. Graves thinks that number 1, the Wikipedia 1 is a lie. Arky thinks number 1's a lie, no Wikipedia 2. Marky says maybe it's 3, maybe it's a PowerPoint presentation instead of a Google Doc, possibly. Or it could just be a folder saved on her computer. I think that's probably the answer. I think she's probably saved it on her computer instead. 3, you have them on your phone. Yeah, see, it's entirely... Yeah, maybe that's the red herring. It's not a Google Doc. It's just there's photos on your phone. Photos, screenshots saved on your computer. Yeah, well, I'm going to go 3, too. Okay, I'm going to go 3 as well. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cheeky fuck. It was number 3, because she's got a Discord thread for them instead. Fair enough. There we go. So do you have your own, like, Discord server? And you just put notes in that Discord server? Because if so, me too. I don't take screenshots of other people's messages and save it there, but like, I've got, like, logs and shit and other news and announcements going into that Discord server instead. That's what I do. Yeah, you got the same thing. Okay, wonderful. That's nice. No, I'm glad. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. Now I want to see some of them. Not like, oh, how we praise Megan. And then what insults can I give Megan now to bring her bar down? I'm joking. I'm not like that. Yeah, no, that's sweet. That's a very, very sweet one. And a good 2 truths, 1 lie. A very wholesome 2 truths, 1 lie. Okay, Marky has submitted this. Number 1, I've never broken a bone. 2, I've never had fish and chips. 3, I've never fallen asleep in public. Okay. I think I know. I think I know what the answer is. I'm going to let you guys go first, though. I'm pretty confident I know what the answer is, because I think I know Marky enough. Where was Megan's granddad mentioned on Wikipedia? I imagine we probably won't get the answer to that one, Lily, in privacy, like for privacy reasons, so that you don't go stalking a fucking family or something. Like, her granddad could live down the road. It's probably a case of we're not going to know, and that's fair enough. Okay, so has Marky actually broken a bone? Has Marky actually had fish and chips? Or has Marky actually fallen asleep in public? So my thought process is as follows. I am pretty sure that Marky's broken a bone. I'm pretty sure that Marky's fallen asleep in public. Oh my god, auto mod. Getting that because of that word is crazy. I think it's easy enough to fall asleep in public. And the reason being is, like, I've definitely fallen asleep on bus rides. So I think she's probably fallen asleep on a bus or something. Because I know I've definitely fallen asleep on a bus. And that's in public. I think she's broken a bone. I think Marky's... Wait, but that would make both of them a lie. No, I'm thinking about this wrong. Because I just said I think Marky has broken a bone. I think she has fallen asleep in public. That would make 2 of them a lie. And I don't think she's had fish and chips. Oh no, but you can, because it's just fish and chips. Like, it sounds British. God, I think all of them are lies, Marky. I think you're lying about every single one of them, and this is a really difficult one. Okay. Has Marky broken a bone? We have all been babies who switch into 3. Ooh. That's so true. Everybody in their life has fallen asleep in public. That's so fucking true. Great, I think you've smashed it. I think you smashed it. Everybody's been a baby. Fucking everybody has fallen asleep in public. There's not a single person in their life that has not fallen asleep in public. Unless their parent kept them locked behind doors until the age of 6. Which I don't think happened in Marky's life. So I'm going to go with number 3. I'm so with you. Number 3 is definitely a lie. Which means Marky hasn't broken a bone and she hasn't had fish and chips. Which, yeah, fair enough. I won't rush to it either. You say it on Discord because it's more private than here? Oh, exciting. Okay, looking forward to that. Yes, there we go. Your granddad... Oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't say out loud because you said you want to put it on Discord for it to be privately. Okay, go on Discord if you want to see what Megan said. because I've just realized if I say it out loud, then she's not gonna fucking spawned any privacy barriers at all. I won't say out loud as to not ruin her privacy. There we go. God, I'm so glad I thought about that before running my mouth. I'm so sorry. I almost fucking ruined the entire point of that. Right. I think 3's the lie. Kafnan thinks she's lying about breaking a bone, never breaking a bone. Arky thinks she's lying about never falling asleep in public. Brandon thinks she's lying about never having fish and chips. Same with Gray. Yeah, okay. The lie is... interesting. The lie is I've never had fish and chips, which means she has never broken a bone, she's never fallen asleep in public, but she has had fish and chips. Well, fair enough. I think we've all fallen asleep in public, but there we are. I guess in recent days, that's probably the case. All right, next up, we've got FraserIRL 2 Truths 1 live stream on Friday, the 15th of March, 2024 at 7:15 p.m. Oh my god. Somebody went back to my 2 Truths 1 live stream and is doing 2 Truths 1 lie on my 2 Truths 1 live stream. This is incredible. This sounds like a Gray thing, or a Dan thing. It's either Gray or Dan that's done this. One of you fuckers has done this, I'm so sure. Okay. Number 1, there was 46 submissions. Not me, but I see why. Number 2, the most common lie was variations of a fact I visited 4 countries when you visited 5. I see. Or number 3, the lie was most commonly statement number 3. This could be anything. I can't remember how many submissions there are. I can't remember all of these variations. That would mean you had to, like, watch through everything. I can't imagine. I would have done, but this unit... Who the fuck was this? Who the fuck was this? Megan, maybe? It was Megan! Oh my god, okay. I'm glad that I got it within 3. I'm glad I know that there are, you know, the analytical people in this community. I like that. That's great. Okay, so Megan definitely would have done her full length of homework. I was going to say, there's no way someone's sitting through all 46 submissions if it was 46. No way someone's sitting through all 46 submissions and recording what type of variety it was. So the lie was most commonly statement number 3. I think that's an easy one to get. That requires a little more research. We can go 3, 3, 2, 1, 3. I think that's possible. This one takes way too much effort. You need to record every single one of them and analyze the type it is. I think 2's a lie based on effort factor alone. That's all I've got. I think that one takes the most effort, so Megan's not sitting there fucking doing that. That's my take. Okay. So, Dan thinks 2's a lie. Kafnan also thinks 2's a lie. Brandon thinks 1's a lie. Brandon thinks there was more than or less than 46 submissions. Marky also doesn't agree there was 46 submissions. Lily thinks there was 90. Fair enough. Whoever spent all the time on the stream, I'll take the half to you, although I don't have a hat on right now. We'll fucking put one on then. Gray thinks 1's a lie. Okay. This is the IRL community. One person made an entire game for presentation stream, but we put loads of effort. I know. I just feel like I know Megan enough that she ain't gonna fucking sit through all of this. Because this is easy. You skip to the answers and go, da, da, da. Yes, it's a bit of effort. It's quite a bit of effort, in fact. But it's not as much effort as this. I think Megan would not put herself through this. Okay. The answer is... 2, but not for the reason I said. I don't think she fucking put it. I didn't think she's gonna put it. So it was 2 because the most common lie was actually making up past experiences. She did sit through the whole thing and got the theming of it. Fair fucking play. Hold on, let me take my hat off to you. 1 second, you did sit through it all. Here we go. Here's your hat. I take it off to you. Well, there we go. Congratulations. That's fucking insane. Fair play for putting in all of that effort. Wow. I've got a lot of respect for that, Megan. I've got big respect for that. I got you, but not for the right reason. There we go. But you got other people. God, fair play. That was a very good submission. Okay. Next up, we've got Marky. Yeah, news community. Yeah, I know. I love the community for how creative everybody is. We got Marky. I've never watched The Simpsons. I've never watched South Park. I've never watched Family Guy. Okay. Fuck's sake. I mean, I'm not fuck's saking because that means I get to wear my IRL hat, which you can get at irl.yt/shop. Okay. Has Marky never watched The Simpsons? I feel like The Simpsons is on enough for Marky to have watched The Simpsons. Is Marky not a South Park person, or is Marky not a Family Guy person? There's no way you've watched South Park and Family Guy and not watched The Simpsons. Like, I'm dying on that hill. And just by, if we're counting watching, are we counting clips as well? Or are we just counting sitting down, watching TV, watching episodes? Because, like, I've seen many clips of both of these, but yeah, I've never watched two of these properly. Not counting clips. Okay, right. So you've sat down and willingly watched it. You mean episodes? Okay. I think you have watched The Simpsons, because most people have. South Park or Family Guy? I think you know who killed Kenny. And wait. So I think you're lying about who. I think you do know. Even though that's like the most offensive one out of these two. Oh, but then I think you've watched Have you watched The Simpsons? Why do I always think Marky's lying about all of these? The last one I said Marky's lying about all of them. I think Marky's lying about all of these. I think it's 2 lies, 1 truth. I think you have to watch South Park to know about Kenny, I suppose. Yeah, maybe you wouldn't. Okay, I think you have watched The Simpsons. I think everybody in the dog's watched The Simpsons. I think you're lying about number 1. I think you've watched The Simpsons, because who hasn't? Dan thinks you're lying about never watching South Park. Kathleen Gray and Brennan and Arky all think you're lying about never watching Simpsons. Lily thinks you're lying about never watching South Park. Megan thinks you're lying about watching South Park. It's because you haven't lived life. These are such common things I've never done. Maybe you should live life. Okay. You missed the never. Yeah, that's what I got confused. I thought she was lying about all of them, first of all. Okay. Is it number 1? No! It was number 3. Marky has watched Family Guy, but has never watched South Park and has never watched The Simpsons. That's surprising. That's surprising. I can't believe you've never watched The Simpsons, but you have watched Family Guy. It's like a middle ground. But there we are. Interesting. Fair enough. Watch The Simpsons. Okay, Larissa. Larissa, it is now your time. Let's see what Larissa's got. Larissa! Number 1, I've eaten Wagyu steak before. Number 2, Seabat was my most listened to song on Spotify Wrapped. And 3, I still sleep with a nightlight. These all sound very Larissa. I think you've had a Wagyu steak. And the only reason I think you've had a Wagyu steak is because you've been to places. You know how to eat good. I've never had a Wagyu steak, but I think you have. Seabat may have been correct on that year. But I think in the most recent Spotify Wrapped, CBAP was not your most recent, most listened to. There's no way it was CBAP. Because I feel like we would have made a big deal about it. There is a weekly question which has happened for the last 2 years, maybe 3, I can't remember how long we've been doing weekly questions for now, where I feel like we would have drawn attention to it because everybody screenshots the Spotify Wrapped, and I know you've definitely shared yours. I think you do sleep with a nightlight because you're Larissa. I think you have eaten a Wagyu steak because you eat good. I don't think CBAT was your most listened to song on Spotify Wrapped because we absolutely would have made a scene about it in one of the recent years. That's my thought process. I think you're lying about 2. That was my hat. Wonderful. Okay. Arky thinks that you're lying about CBAT. Dan thinks that CBAT actually happened. Lily thinks that you're lying about CBAT. Brandon thinks that you're lying about Wagyu steak. Marky thinks you're lying about CBAT. Gray thinks you're lying about CBAT. Megan thinks you're lying about CBAT. Kafnan thinks you're lying about Nightlight. The IRL do a cat comes an alarm? Yes, buy it now! It does not, disclaimer, but you can still buy the hat. Okay. Most people think 2. Was it number 2? The lie was... CBAT was the most listened to song Spotify Wrapped. Congratulations if you got number 2. Yes, she was lying about that one. I think the thought process worked out flawlessly there. Okay, next up, we've got Arky. Arky has submitted this. In secondary school, I was really good at high jump in PE. In primary school, I was really good at hurdles in PE. In secondary school, I was really good at badminton in PE. So which one was Arky actually not good at? I have a thought process. My thought process is probably logical. But let's find out. So, here's my thought process. I think that number 2 got you interested in number 1. I think you were good at hurdles and such because you were given the option to do high jump in secondary school. You do high jump, and you were good at it because you were good at hurdles. So, I think that you were bad at badminton. But we'll find out. Dan thinks you're lying about the hurdles. They do acrobatics, so that leans to being good at jumping and stuff. Oh, wait, Marky, not Arky. No, this is Arky. This is Arky's one. Arky's 2 truths, 1 lie. Yeah. Yeah, this isn't Marky. Sorry, I know the name sounds so familiar now. So similar. Yeah, this is Arky's one. So I think Arky was good at hurdles, which leaned her into an interest of being good at high jump, which means that number 3 is the lie. And I could be being completely bluffed here. So fair play if you're bluffing. But I think there was a lead. Lily thinks that 2's a lie, the hurdles, because primary school feels like, yeah, oh, that's true. I didn't think about how small you would be. But then maybe that's it. Maybe you're good at small hurdles and you're better at medium hurdles. Yeah, I think, I still think they're linked. I think there's a... Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Brandon, Gray, Kafnan, Megan all think you're lying about badminton, as do I. Are you lying about badminton? Guys, we got her. We got her. She was indeed lying about being good at badminton. She was shit at badminton. So much so that she got moved down to the lowest group. So sad. 2 led to number 1. Hell yeah. Also, we did actual hurdles in primary. You were 10. Oh, fair play. I definitely was not good at hurdles. We had the little hurdles in primary school, and that was it. No big hurdles. But hey, next one. Let's see what's coming up next. We're halfway through. From Larissa. Number 1. I wasn't meant to be born. 2. Bob's my uncle. 3, I can't stand cabbage. Ah. Ah. These all sound like lies. These all sound like lies. I'm going to wait for people to think, first of all, because I think I know one of them is definitely true. And I think I don't know the other two, and I'm going to take a stab. In my PE interest, we stopped such hurdles in like grade 4. Ah, I see. These are serious, by the way. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. Kathnan thinks that Larissa's lying about not meaning to be born. Brandon thinks that Larissa's lying about Bob being her uncle, as does Megan, as does Lily, as does Gray. Yeah, I also think that Bob's not your uncle. I think I know number one because I think that you've said this before. I don't think people like cabbage that much, so I feel like statistically, you could not like cabbage. I think Bob's your uncle. I think Bob's not your uncle. That's my guess. Let's find out which one is the lie. Okay, so Larissa wasn't meant to be born, and Bob is her uncle. She actually fucking loves cabbage, everybody. So congratulations to no one. Everybody got that wrong. I love cabbage, yummy. Oh, well done. Well done. You actually got everybody there, Larissa. Not a single person got that right. We were all in and into Bob not being your uncle, and you completely fooled us all. Well done. Okay. Next up, we've got Arky. Arky has put, I'm older than my fiance. I'm older than my closest friend of 7 years. I'm younger than all my siblings. Which one's the lie? Now, I don't know anything about your fiance. This is the problem. I only found out last week that you were engaged. I know nothing about your fiance. I don't know who they are. And that's all I have to go off of. So you could be older than your fiance. Who fucking knows? No, Arky. Yeah, not Marky. Arky. Your closest friend of 7 years. You keep relationship private, yeah, as would I. I don't fucking know. One's definitely possible. But it's all, I don't know. 2 is also possible. Arky, when's your birthday? You don't need to say the year if you don't want to. But just like, when's your birthday? I want to go statisticsy here. January 7th, 2005. Okay, so that would put you in a school year. In the older half. Meaning it's statistically more likely that someone's younger than you. So I think 2's true. I know nothing about your siblings. It's been so long. You might mention your siblings in previous years. I completely forgot. It's been so long. So I think you are older than your closest friend. I think that you probably are younger than... I'm going to just guess 1. I really don't know. You have mentioned about them. You definitely have, but I've just forgotten because it's been like 2 years. It's a factorial joke. Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I'm just going to go number 1. Because that's statistically most likely if it's a friend from your school years. If it's not a friend from your school years, then it could be anyone. Who fucking knows? Younger than your siblings. I don't know. I'm going to say 1, but here we go. Your school years run different. Yeah, so our school years run from September, so after the summer break, to July. So August, the summer break, is when your year changes. September, you're in the next year, all the way to July. You have your big summer break. So it's like big break, new year. Go through that year. Big ass break, new year. So that's how that works in England. So you one of the yes, I was one of the oldest in the year. Like it would be 2 or 3 weeks into the school year, and I'd be celebrating my birthday. So yes. The actual school year is September to June, but the age of January to December. I'm not following Gray, but sure. Obviously, I know you're in Canada, so it's different, but yeah. That's so crazy you guys finished. Yeah, no, it was always July when I was in school. Thank you so much, Barnes Emma. Thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Much appreciated. I've just realized that stream alert needs to come a little bit closer. Hold on. Cam border. Where's the white border? Maybe that's always been broken. I don't fucking know. Cammy has to fix it right now. Yeah, the summer break was always 6 weeks, roughly. So if you were born at any point in 2008, you'd be in grade 12, despite the school year being sent to. Okay. So we had to be born within the school year. So somebody born in August 2008 would be in 1 year, and somebody born in September 2008 would be in the next year. Okay, yeah, let's find out. What is the lie? Okay, your closest friend of 7 years is actually older than you. Which means it's true you're older than your fiancé, and it's true you're younger than all of your siblings. But it is false. You are not older than your closest friend. You are younger. Nice one. You completely got us there, I think. Who got that right? Who guessed 2? Megan guessed 2. Lily guessed 2. Oh, quite a few people guessed 2, actually. GG. You got quite a few of us. Well done. All right, next up, we have Arky again. Not Marky. Arky. Number 1, in my life of acting, I've been in the main cast 4 times. Number 2, in my life of performing, I sang solo on stage 1 time. In my life of acting, I've cried on stage 3 times. Okay, so my thought process is I don't fucking know. Right, performing. I'm pretty sure you've done this. I'm fairly certain you've done this. I don't know what type of acting you do. I mean, based on the stage one, I'm guessing you do, like, touring stage shows. You've been in the main cast 4 times. I think you've been in the main cast. All of these are numbers-based, right? So, like, this could be musical theatre school plays. Okay, right, fine. So all of these are numbers-based. So this could literally be, you haven't been in the main cast 4 times, you've been in the main cast 3 times, though. Or you sang on stage 1 time, actually you sang on solo 2 times. Or you cried on stage 3 times, you could have cried on stage 10 times. On these scripts, cries genuine. Exactly. Like, it could be anything. It's open for interpretation. I'm going to say you're lying about 3. And I think you're lying about 3 because I think you've got used to it over time. So I think that you maybe cried once or twice, and now you don't cry anymore because you're used to it. Unless it was stage crying and you were always confident. I think if you've been in a main cast, you're confident. I know you've probably definitely done this. I'm going to say you're lying about number 3. I think you've cried less. 3 is interesting character without it being planned. Yeah, let's see, it could be anything. Dan says 3, you cried more. So Dan thinks you're lying about 3 because he thinks you cried more. Lily says, I think you must have sang on stage more than 1 time. So you think 2's the lie. Gray says 2 because I think more than 1 time. Fair enough. Marky votes 3. Megan votes 3. Kafnan votes 2. Because you think it's probably more. Yeah, I think 3 as well. Which one is it? It is number 3. You've cried in every show you've been in. It's normal theatre, you've done way too many shows. So, you must have had an acting role where it's part of your lines to cry. You have to cry in every single show, which, yeah, fair enough. Post-production sadness in every show is normality in theatre life. You're a very emotional person. Fair enough. Fair enough. So I thought you cried less. Actually, you cried so much more. Fair enough. I was right, but for the wrong reasons. Okay, Arky again. We have my favorite animal is a bunny or a panda. 2, my favorite color is green. 3, my favorite season is summer. I'm just going to put all my eggs in one basket straight away. I think your favorite season isn't summer. I think basically everybody who is online, bar a few, myself included, doesn't like summer because it means boiling heat. Which means if you're online, on the computer and stuff, it's fucking boiling. Being a stage performer, it probably gets boiling in the dressing room too. I'm going to say you fucking hate summer. That's my thought process. I think you like green, because your name's green on Twitch, so that says something. Your favorite animal is bunny or panda. I feel like the option of being or ascertains certainty because you're indecisive between 2. Unless you're saying it's a bunny or an egg, then that's just fucking bullshit. I'm going to say 3. It's got to be 3. Marky thinks 3 because summer is how. Brandon thinks 3. Lily says 3 because she born in January. Catherine says 3. Megan says 3. Dan says 3. Gray says 1. Gray thinks that you are going for a detail switch. Okay. You are lying about number 3 because you fucking hate the heat. Yep. Saw that one all the way through. A lot of us got that one. Well done. Okay. Arky's got another one now. I didn't mean to do that record scratch, but there we are. Your favorite season is spring. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm a summer guy myself, although I did fuck all this summer. Okay, Arky again. I play Minecraft more than Town of Salem, or I play Skate more than Uno, or I play Stardew Valley more than Pokemon Go. This is a tough one. I'll give you that. So I think you do play Minecraft more than Town of Salem. I think that's statistically most likely. I can't see you being a skate player. I just can't see you being a skate player. But then Uno's not really a common game you play anyway. I think we're talking about 2 really uncommon games here. I play Stardew more than Pokemon Go. I think both of them are common games. But then, actually, hold on. I at least had you on Pokemon Go at one point. Do I still have you on Pokemon Go? Or, because I haven't deleted anyone, so if anything, it'll be the other way around. Town of Salem's Game of War. Yes, exactly. I really like Town of Salem. My Pokemon Go doesn't want to load. Okay, it's loading. I haven't been on Pokemon Go in like months. Fraser is cheating. I don't know, because I wasn't going to look, but I feel like you play Pokemon Go because I had you on Pokemon Go and you would send postcards. I say had because I don't know if you still got me. And my friends aren't loading. Oh, they are loading. Haha. And you sent me a gift. From a place I will not disclose as to maintain your privacy. Now, the question is, have you caught anything today? Yes. Which means you still play Pokemon Go every day. You play Pokemon Go. I don't think you play Stardew Valley every day. I'm going to metagame this, and I'm going to say that 3's the lie. And I wouldn't have looked. I would not have looked, because obviously that can only go up to 2+ days. But I remembered you sending me postcards from when I was playing frequently earlier this year. So I think you play Pokemon Go every day, or mostly every day, and I don't think you play Stardew Valley. That's my guess. Let's see what everybody else says. Gray thinks you're lying about 2, that you play Skate more than Uno. He thinks you play Uno more than Skate. Same as Megan, same as Brandon, same as Kafnam. Lily thinks you play Town of Salem more than Minecraft. You sent me stuff every day. Yes, that's why I remember it. Yeah, I'm going to go with 3. I think that you play Pokemon Go more than Stardew, because that means you would have to play Stardew every day. And I don't think you've done that. Answer is... Yes! The answer was indeed 3! She hasn't touched Stardew in 1 year. Oh my god, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad my memory even remembered that you sent gifts, because I literally have not touched Pokemon Go in months. So it was entirely possible it could have changed, but there we are. I'll take it. You've never touched Uno. I mean, I'm more amazed that you touched Skate, but fair enough. Uno's a fun one. Oh my god. Okay, now we're on Gray, but Gray has sent a 3-part novel. Oh my fuck. Okay, I don't have text small enough. Hold on a minute. I'm at 7. Someone remember I'm at 72. Now it's just not readable. Yeah, see? That's ridiculous. Okay, good luck if you can read this. Skatefall is so funny to show it to you. Yeah, go for it. Pikmin Bloom beats Pokemon Go. I play Pikmin Bloom. Okay, we've got Gray. Gray, we've got 2 truths and 1 lie. Which one's the lie? Once I was walking to a friend's house when I stumbled upon a path that would get me there faster. I decided to take it, and but I got chased and ended up off the path, lost. My phone was at 1% instead of calling for help. I chose to say good morning. My phone was at 1%, but instead of calling for help, I chose to say good morning to the IRL community Discord server. My phone then died, and I was so tired I didn't even move when the green light shone over my head. Next time I'm in a UFO and I'm going to Italy. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. I don't even need to read the other 2. It's a fucking reference to the fucking Frigils. A reference, for fuck's sake. It's a reference to Frigil's adventures. Oh, for goodness sake. Let's read the other 2, but we know it's number 1. Once when I was 6 years old, I was doing this thing called centers, which is basically end-of-day playtime for younger elementary students. There are many different stations around the room. We're all put into groups of 4 every day. One day, my group decided to do a fake wedding. I was the bride and ended up having to kiss the groom. We were all proud of what we did, and when I went to go tell the head teacher, but she told us to never do that again because it spreads germs. We did not do that again. Okay. Once I had a dream that my school was on fire. I woke up that morning and went to school. Then as I came around, and the administrator specifically told us not to bring our jackets because we would not be going outside. Guess what? The fire alarm went off. Without any jackets on, we all went outside in the freezing rain. Teachers grabbed their jackets and we were all jealous, especially the person in t-shirt that slipped and fell into a sheet of slush on the ground. Everything's fine. There wasn't even a fire, but that was the biggest coincidence about dreaming about it the night before. Yeah. Fucking stupid teachers, right? I feel like you have to take a jacket in that thing. If you could take it, like, don't take your bag, fine. Don't take a jacket, that's bullshit, especially in those conditions. Stupid. But yeah, we know it's number 1, so I don't even need to go and reveal that one. That was a fun one, though. That was a very grey prompt. Okay, next up. We're at the cafeteria, we're talking about... Oh, I see, I got that wrong. Okay. Next up, we've got an anonymous one. Ooh. Okay, so we've got... Wait. Oh my god, I have to go back to this one. Why is the font all weird on this one? Was I supposed to put it back to bold or something? Whatever, it's that now. On vacation one day, we couldn't visit the beach because the military trained landing planes on it. 2, I learned swimming at the age of 7, but still couldn't swim in the ocean without swimming at the age of 10. Or 3, I learned to ride a unicycle before I learned to ride the bicycle. Okay, so number 1's too specific. Number 2, people struggle to swim. Number 3, I doubt you try to ride a unicycle before you learn to ride a bicycle, because a unicycle requires a lot more balance. A fuck ton more balance. I feel like if you can ride a unicycle, you can ride a bicycle. I think you're lying about 3. Whoever you are, I think you're lying about 3. I'm so certain, but I'd be so impressed if it was one of the other ones. You can't swim yourself, so it's fair if it's true. Fair enough. Megan thinks 3. Lily thinks 3. Oh my god, everybody thinks 3. Brandon, Gray, Arky, everybody thinks 3. They would have to be a circus child. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think everyone thinks you're lying about 3. Is it 3? Yes. I can't ride a unicycle to this day, says the anonymous person, which, yeah, understandable, makes perfect sense. Okay, next up, another anonymous person. Okay. We've got... I had a hospital running on its emergency generators all night because I replaced the transformers that hook it up to the power grid. I flew alongside a flock of migratory birds in an ultralight airplane. I wouldn't want to dive in a submarine. Now, I think I know who this is. Is this person still in the chat? Yes. I think I know who this is, because I'm very recently learning about what this person what this person does for work. What's up, Fraser? I think I heard of you once. So cool to catch one of your streams. Snake, welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're doing a fun stream today. We're doing 2 truths, 1 lie. So anybody can submit 2 truths, 1 lie. We put it on the stream, and people have got to guess who it is. So it can be anonymous, or it can be tied to your name. It's completely up to you. But yeah, if you want to submit one, it's all there. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here and you get to catch one of the streams. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, which one is the lie? I think I know who this is, and I'm not going to reveal it just in case. And if I think it is who I think it is, I think one's true. But he's guessing. Okay, maybe it's not Kafnan. Fuck. Maybe it's someone else then. Okay, you flew alongside a fucking motorcycle in an ultralight airplane. I want to dive in a submarine. I don't know who this is now, then. This could be anyone. I feel like number 3's the lie. I've got no reason. I just feel like number 3's the lie. Dan thinks 2's the lie. You think this person's lying about flying alongside a flock of migratory birds in an ultralight airplane? I want to know why and how you do number 1. Yeah, honestly, it must be quite interesting. Gray thinks number 1's a lie. I think it's too specific to be a lie, but it could be just I'm calling their bluff. Brandon thinks 1's a lie. Lily thinks 3's the lie. You think that they would want to dive in a submarine. I think I'm with you. I think it's just a weird bluff here. Kaplan guesses 2, thinks that they didn't fly alongside a flock of migratory birds. Why did I say boards? Arky thinks that 1 is a lie, and Megan thinks 3 is a lie. Yeah, so I thought this could be Kafnan, but it's clearly not if Kafnan's guessing. Is it 1, 2, or 3? It is number 2. The answer is they've never flown alongside birds, but that would be fun. That would be fun. I mean, it would be quite scary as well, because in case they get trapped in your propellers. But there we are. Well, actually, Fred, you did not just fucking do that. It was you, and you played along as if it wasn't you? For fuck's sake, I was so convinced it was you, and then you played, and I was like, oh my god, you threw me off my scent. That's so annoying, but fair play. Your face was worth it. I was so convinced it was you. Because I would have been like, yeah, it's definitely number 1. And then I thought, oh, it's just, maybe it's a bluff. For fuck's sake, well done, Kafna. Would I have guessed 2? No, I probably would have stuck with 3 regardless anyway. Okay, Lily. Lily has submitted this. Which one's the lie? I crashed multiple times in go-karting on Wednesday. I got the fastest lap on my go-karting group on Wednesday. I got nominated driver of the day in go-karting on Wednesday. I really want to go go-karting. I really want to go go-karting so badly. I need friends to go go-karting with. It would be so fun. Alright, Lily, which one are you lying about? Did you not crash? Did you not get the fastest lap? Or did you not get nominated driver of the day? Knowing how F1 goes... Oh, wait, this is go-karting. Knowing how F1 goes roughly with go-karting, sure, why not? Driver of the day normally has a miracle. So a miracle would have had to have happened. The fastest lap could be a miracle if you're an underdog. But crashing is absolutely inevitable in go-karting. If you did go-karting without crashing, you did not do go-karting. I feel like crashing is inevitable. So it's got to be 2 or 3. Did you not get the fastest lap, or did you not get driver of the day? That's a skill-based thing. That's a friends nominating you thing. I don't think you got the fastest lap. And I think you got nominated driver of the day. I think you crashed a fuck ton. A miracle happened. You got nominated driver of the day, but you didn't get the fastest lap. That's my guess. You're good with me? Fuck yeah, let's go. You think it's 2, no 3. You think it's 3, okay. So Arky thinks you're lying about getting nominated driver of the day. Megan thinks you're lying about crashing. Gray thinks you're lying about crashing because 2 could be the reason 3, because you can crash once. Oh, that's true. It says multiple times. Snake thinks 2. Yeah, I think it's got to be 2. Like, those 2 can link. These 2 can link. No, I don't know. Fuck. I'm just going to guess 2. I don't know. There might not be any link to any of these. It could just be unique. Is it 1, 2, or 3? Oh! It was indeed 2! Lily got the fastest lap in a go-kart group on Wednesday. She did not. She did not get the fastest lap. She's lying about getting the fastest lap. She got something else. Snake, thank you ever so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, I just had a hunch. That's all I had. I had nothing else to go off of. You were lying about getting the fastest lap, but you did get driver of the day, which is great stuff, GG's. And of course, everybody has to crash. It's fucking go-karting. I think it's more of a lie if you said you didn't crash. Okay, Lily. Also another one from Lily here. You get a follow for getting it right. Good job, gang. Hell yeah, thanks for the follow. All right, we got Lily's next one. Okay. I forgot to bring my laptop to my lecture on Tuesday. I've forgotten many of the names of people I met at uni. The context, by the way, if you don't know Lily, is Lily's just started uni. And I thought that my lecture was at 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. on Monday and nearly left the house. So which one is the lie? I think it is very true that you've forgotten the names of people you met at uni. It's been a month. You gel with some people, but there's going to be a lot of people you meet and you don't gel with them. So fun fact, I had a panic attack in the first race and left it early. I was really anxious about the sides to go back into the second race, which was really slowly, and someone who worked there said as the driver Dave go on the second race. Oh, fair play. That's a good one. That's a good reason. GG's. Okay. I think you have forgotten the names of many people. I think 2's true. You thought your lecture was at 2 p.m. instead of 3 p.m. on Monday and nearly left the house. I think that's likely. You forgot to bring your laptop. I think your laptop's permanently in your bag. Because that's what I was like when I was taking my own laptop into school. Not school, my apprenticeship college. I would always have my laptop in my bag. So I think that's a lie. But then that is possible. But you're so new that how would you... Oh, but then let's just change times. Yeah, I'm going to say that's true, that's a lie. 1's a lie. That's my final answer. I'm probably overthinking it again, but there we are. Arky thinks 3's a lie. Snake thinks that 3's a lie. Brandon thinks that 1's a lie. Catherine thinks that 1's a lie. Megan thinks that 3's a lie. Gray thinks that 1's a lie. Everybody thinks that 2's True. Which, yeah, I think is more likely to be true than anything else. Okay. Let's find out the answer. Aha. The answer was indeed number 1. I forgot to bring my laptop to my lecture on Tuesday. She did not forget to bring her laptop to a lecture. It was remembered. GG's. Let's go. Okay, next up we have Kafnan. Which one is the lie? Is it 1, I'm certified to fly a plane? Is it 2, I'm certified to drive a lorry? Or is it 3, I'm certified to drive a forklift? I hope you're forklift certified. I really hope you're forklift certified, because that'd be cool. You have flown a plane, I'm sure. But there's flying a plane, and then there's being certified to fly a plane. It is easier to get a lorry certification and a forklift certification than it is to get a pilot certification. I feel like that's a power off. Yeah, exactly. I feel like it's forklift certified for that reason too. It's lorry or plane. Like, I know you have flown, especially, you know, light aircraft. You can fly in a light aircraft, but I don't think you were the certified pilot. I think you're lying about being certified to fly a plane. But if you are certified to fly a plane, then please do invite me to one of your flights one time, because I would fucking love to go on that plane. You think it'd be funny to not be forklift certified here? I know. Like, that's the most likely one out of... And then again, I think that's the most likely. But that is like... Yeah, that's an interesting one. It'd be so funny if that was the lie. Okay. So, Brandon thinks that 3 is the lie. He thinks you're lying about driving a forklift. Or being certified to drive a forklift. Megan thinks that 1's a lie. She thinks you're lying about being certified to fly a plane. Oh my god, I'm getting so tired. Arky thinks you're lying about the forklift. Gray thinks you're lying about the plane. Yeah, I think I'm with you with the plane. John, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the squad. Yeah, I'm going to go with the plane. You feel like Kafnan has a pilot's license. Yeah, I also think I'm with you. But, like, I just feel like that's the least likely one. Kafnan could have a pilot's license. I really think he's lying about 1, though. Submit 2 more about my circus experience. Sorry, that's too much hassle. No, worries at all. Go for it. We got plenty to do. We're on 26 out of 39. Okay, let's see which one the lie is. The lie is... Aha! This is the lie! I'm not allowed to fly anything. Yep. I had a feeling. Number 1 was indeed the lie. GG if you got that right. And commiserations if you didn't. I know that Brandon was absolutely rooting for the forklift certification being a lie. You submitted 2 on accident. No, you can submit more than 2. Go for it. That's fine. Okay, this person is anonymous. Oh, I almost fucked that one up. There we go. This person is anonymous. Which one is the lie? 1, I'm allergic to grass. 2, I'm allergic to water. 3, I'm allergic to perfumes. Okay, so I think you wouldn't be here if you're allergic to water. That's fucking nuts. Like, I'm not even going to look at the other 2. I think that you are very, very, very unlikely to be allergic to water. Because the other 2 are way more common. Water is possible, so exactly. Because it's so rare, I just don't think that this person is allergic to water because of the rarity. There's just not enough people in this community for us to have randomly got like a tiny sample size and had one of the extremely rare conditions pop up. Is allergic to grass hay fever? I would say so, yeah. Everyone has hay fever. Oh no, that's pollen, isn't it? But same thing, whatever. Yeah, I think it's 2. I'm locking in. Literally everybody has said 2. Everybody thinks you're allergic to water. Who's the one that liked the smell of farts, or were they non? They were non too. Yeah, I think it's 2. Is it 2? Yeah. I literally didn't even need to fucking confirm that with you. 2 is the lie. I'm in fact not allergic to water. At least I hope I'm not, but I'm definitely slightly allergic to the others. Nobody saw through that one. We were all very, very, very certain. Okay, next up we've got Lily. Lily has put 1. I was in the audience for an episode of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 2. I have watched a round of the World Rally Championships in person. Or 3. I watched Six the Musical live. I don't know where the World Rally Championships are held. World Rally Championships. Oh, I see. It's actually anywhere. Okay. I think that that's possible. You have an interest in cars and racing. So I think you have, because it's very you. Although that would be an amazing way to catch me out. Have you watched Six Musical live? I think that's more likely than being in the audience if you want to be a millionaire. I can't remember how old you are, but I feel like that's an 18 plus thing. I don't think kids are going to be allowed in it. And I know you're in uni, but you've not been in uni for long. So unless it was extremely recently, I don't think that's happened. And I don't know if they're filming Who Wants to Be a Millionaire anymore. I don't watch telly that much. I think you're lying about 1. Through process of elimination, but I would love to see you prove me wrong, because that would be sick, seeing Jeremy Clarkson do it. There's no way you saw the old guy do it. I forgot his name. Okay, so Gray thinks 2, Snake thinks 2, 1 thinks 1, 1 thinks 1, Arky thinks 1, and you want to see 6 live? I mean, I'd like to see 6 live too. Your daughter sings 6 so off key, I never want to listen to that musical ever again. Oh, fair enough. Kaplan thinks 1, Gray thinks 1, Megan thinks 1, Snake thinks 1. Okay, so pretty much everybody thinks 1. So everybody thinks you're lying about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I think you're lying about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You are indeed lying about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You have not been in the audience for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Saw right through that one as well. Thank goodness for that. You have such good memory. I was just process of elimination. Like, I can't remember how old you are, but you've just started uni. So, like, you're just starting uni, and that means you've not been above 18 for long. So that was my assumption with that one. But WRC, I knew you liked rallying, not rallying specifically, but racing and everything. And 6 was just more likely not to be a millionaire. So process of elimination, that got me there. Next up, we've got Dan. Dan has submitted the following. Number 1, I don't know how to ride a bike. Number 2, one of my life goals is to live in a mobile house / van. 3, I'm the Rooster Story. I didn't think the Rooster Story was you. 3, okay, Snake, you weren't here for the start of the stream. We had a horrendous submission earlier where the 2 truths, 1 lie was essentially a structured story. It started off with they run a chicken farm in their apartment. They raise the chicken from egg to full adult rooster, and then they killed that rooster and ate it, and it was yummy. And the lie was that they didn't have a farm in their apartment. They did raise a rooster and kill it and ate it. And that's what the Rooster Story is. So Dan's saying, I don't know how to ride a bike. One of my life goals is that, or I'm the Rooster Story. I didn't think the Rooster Story was you. You did not come to mind. Somebody else came to mind. So I think you're lying about 3. I think you don't know how to ride a bike. I think you might want to live in a mobile van. I don't think the Rooster Story's you. Snake thinks 3. Kaftan thinks 3. Arky thinks 3. Lily said, how would you know about the Rooster Story unless someone else told them about it or it was submitted during the stream? It was submitted during the stream. So this is 2 Truths 1 Lie number 29. When we started off the stream, we had 26, I think it was. So these are fresh submissions that have come in now. All of these ones that are coming through have come in after the stream started. Okay. People were hoping and praying it's 3. Gray thinks 1. Now Snake thinks 1. Lily thinks 3. Okay. Moment of truth. Which one is it? I think it deserves a drum roll. Why is that the buggiest drum roll ever? Dan was the rooster story? He was lying about not knowing how to ride a bike. He does know how to ride a bike, and he was the rooster story?
Bruh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, hope you enjoyed your soup. There we go. Okay, next up, we've got an anonymous one. Oh god, okay. Oh my god, number 2. Jesus Christ. I hope that's a cut-off story. No, it's just the whole thing. Okay. Which one's the lie? Number 1, when I got a new bike, I didn't trust the gear mechanism, looked down and crashed into a parked car and ripped off the rearview mirror. It made a small note in a newspaper the next day. Number 2, I once peed on a friend. 3, I drank from a river and was sick the week after. I think... Okay. There's only one story here. I know that number 2 is crazy, and I want it to be 2. There's only one story here that has a bit of a plot hole in it. I drank from a river and was sick the week after. I imagine you would get sick a hell of a lot quicker if you drunk from a river. So, I think you're lying about 3 because I think you'll get sick quicker. Out there, but jellyfish thing. Exactly, yeah, it could be the jellyfish thing. Yeah, I 3. I'm gonna go with 3 because of that. Snake thinks 3. Arky thinks I sure hope it's 2. Snake also says I hope that it's 2, but it might be 3. Lily says 2 sounds like something you do if you're drunk. Gray says, what if they drunk from the river but then separately got sick after? Ooh, that's a point. That's true. That's very true. Megan thinks 1. I think you're lying about the bike. You think all of them are true? Well, one of them's got to be a lie. That's just how the cookie crumbles. One of them's definitely a lie. I'm gonna stick with 3. Unconfidently. Anyone's supposed to just gives too much and it changes. Maybe. Okay, let's find out. It is... Aha! The lie was indeed number 3! Congratulations, everybody who got number 3 there. Knew that was the plot hole. I mean, I still want to know about the peeing one, but still, I don't want to know about the peeing one at the same time. Okay, next up, we have Lily. Lily has submitted these ones. Number 1, I'm in my uni's K-pop society. Number 2, I'm in my uni's dance society. Number 3, I'm in my uni's choir. I don't know. I actually don't know Lily's interests enough beyond racing. I don't know if you're a singer, dancer, or K-popper. You're probably a dancer. Are you a K-popper or are you a choir? K-pop and choir are normal things to pair. Oh, dance and choir are normal things to pair. Sorry, I was forgetting that emote was BTTV'd. Yeah, dance and choir are normal things to pair. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with you there, Snake, and say that number one's the lie. Arky thinks that you're lying about being in the choir. Snake thinks you're lying about being in K-pop. Megan thinks you're lying about the choir. You think she mentioned the others a couple of weeks ago. Oh, fuck. And I trust Megan's memory. Megan's memory's elite. Megan can tell me things that I've forgotten from like 2 years ago. I'm a big fan of Megan's memory. If I had to trust anyone for memory, it would be Megan's memory. And Gray's, thinking about it. Yeah. Oh, God. Then Megan must be right. I'm going to stick with one as to not cheat, because I'm not being... I'm not going to be assisted. I'm going to stick with one. But Megan thinks 3, Catherine thinks 3, Gray thinks 3. And so does Arky. Me and Snake on 1. Let's see which one it is. Oh my god, what is all of this sound? Does it jitter for you too? Oh, it's fine now. Okay, well, it's fine now. She's lying about the choir. She's in the K-pop society and she's in the dance society, but she's not in the choir.
Bruh.
Fuck, I got that wrong. Well done to everybody that saw through it and guessed 3. And yes, myself and somebody else did not get that K-pop one right. Okay, I'm glad that you also say it jitters, because it's really annoying me. I don't know what's causing the jitter. I'm going to have to look into it. I've just got no clue. Could be anything. But there we are. Okay, next up, we have... Okay. We have this one. My lifelong dream has been to travel to Italy. I have 5 horses on me. And my full name, Samsung blank, has 7 numbers in it. This is, of course, from FraserIRL. Because, of course, FraserIRL has lore all of a sudden. This was definitely Grey. Is it the lie? Is the lie that FraserIRL's lifelong dream has been to travel to Italy? Is it the lie that FraserIRL has 5 horses on them? Or is it the lie that FraserIRL's full name, the Samsung whatever model it is, has 7 numbers in it? Where is FraserIRL? FraserIRL's on a different scene, and I cannot show FraserIRL right now, as to not assist you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for fuck's sake. There are not 5 horses. Right, so I think I know the answer. I think it could be 3, because I feel like the Samsung fridge's model number has letters in it too. And I don't think there's 7 numbers and however many more letters. I can't remember the fridge's model number. It's letters and 7 or not numbers. Yeah, I feel like that's too long. Unless, oh no, it could be 7 numbers, because it was a really long model number. I don't know. I'm going to stick with 3, because oh my god, the fucking flip got me everywhere then. I'm going to stick with 3, because I really don't know. Unless the whole thing is, oh, but it's a fucking fridge. The fridge is never going to have a dream to go to Italy. But, like, I don't know. I feel like Gray's kind of set the law there. I really don't know. Redeemed hydrate? Fuck, I don't have a hydrate. I'll get a hydrate in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3, unless Gray's playing the whole that one. I know that FraserIRL definitely has 5 horses. Okay, Gray thinks 1... This was definitely Gray. Gray thinks 1's the lie, which means it must be 1. Let's find out. I don't want to think about this any longer. Ah, for fuck's sake, it was that one. 1 is a lie. The lifelong dream was never canon, unless... Well, I guess it's canon now, because I thought you were telling the truth with that one. So yes, the first one was a lie, because it's a fucking fridge. And if you want to see FraserIRL, there's FraserIRL. There's 5 horses. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that tiny one there, 5. 5 horses are on FraserIRL. So yes, I cannot remember the fridge's model number, but Gray can, which is insane. Yeah, I guess it can now be canon, because I really thought that it was that one. So there we are. Yes, we got the hunts. Okay. Well, this one has listed as a joke. I'll let you guys read it. Here's your posture check. Which one's the lie? Wait, but that means... No! This was so mean! They don't enjoy watching the stream, because if 2's true, then 3's got to be true. Even though they've said this after. It just doesn't maths. It doesn't add up. Okay. We have one from Dan. Here we go. Dan. Number 1. I wasn't named for the first week after birth. 2. I was supposed to be called Simon. 3. My last name is literally Wolf. I don't know your surname. And I feel like you wouldn't reveal your surname. Right, there's just something about me that you... I feel like you just wouldn't reveal your surname. We know very little about you, Dan, as it stands. So I feel like you wouldn't go, oh yes, my name is Dan Wolf. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 3, because I don't think that's you. But there we are. 2 is lie when your plants are on fire, you go straight to 3. Ah, perhaps. Might be Wolf in another language. Oh, actually, you're so right. You're so right. What number is this? This is number 34 or 39. Okay, I'm going to guess number 3. Kathnan thinks you're lying about being called Simon. Snake thinks you're lying about not being named for the first week after birth. Gray thinks you're lying about Wolf. Arky thinks you're lying about Wolf. Lily thinks that you were not supposed to be named Simon. And Megan's also going with Wolf. She thinks you're lying about Wolf. Let's see which one is it. Oh. And the lie was... 1. My parents decided last minute to not name me Simon after my aunt suggested my actual name while they were waiting for me to arrive. So you were supposed to be called Simon. That's crazy. Well done to all of the 1 team out there. I believe that was a team of 1. I think that was only Snake. It was only Snake. GG. Well, there we go. Dan Wolf, it's official. It could have been Simon Wolf, I suppose. Okay, next up, we have... this. Number 1! Hold on. I'm going to put it like this, you can see. Oh my god, it just looks like a fucking paragraph. Alright, here we go. Let me just put 1, 2, and 3 next to this. Here we go. 1. During my first ever year at uni, at the start of 2nd semester, there was a fire at uni we had to evacuate. 2. After the fire, we had 3 days off because of the damage. 3. People panicked and it was so chaotic during the incident. Which one's the lie? So, number 2 and number 3 rely on number 1 being true. So number 1 must be true. So did they have 3 days off, or did they not have 3 days off, or did people not panic? Would people in uni panic about a fire? I feel like they'd be more hyped than anything. I say 2 is lies, no way you get 3 days off. I mean, it could be longer, but then also they could just go to other buildings, you know? Unless that was the only building. If that was the only building, then yeah, it should be longer. If it's multiple, in my head, I thought, oh, it's multiple buildings. Or partly damaged. Oh, that's a point. It could be a massive fire. I was thinking small, isolated fire. It could be a massive fire. Where the people did panic and they would have had more days off. If it was a small fire, then people wouldn't have panicked and they would have only had 3 days off. Man, so this is a question of, was it a small fire or a large fire? If it was a large fire, 2's lie. If it was a small fire, 3's probably the lie. Yeah, exactly, Lily. Oh. Find somewhere else like work class. Yeah, the classes could go online. Could have been 3 days off and then it all went online, even if it was a large fire. So number 2 is applicable in both a small and a large fire. Number 3, okay, I think you guys have convinced me. I'm going to go with 2 as well, because I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, Arky thinks you're lying about 3 days off. Lily thinks you're lying about 3 days off. Catherine thinks you're lying about 3 days off. Megan thinks you're lying about 3 days off. Gray thinks you're lying about 3 days off. Yeah, so all of us are in the same basket here. All of us think you're lying about number 2. Which one was it? Oh! 3 is the lie. Things were pretty calm. We just ran down the stairs to the parking lot and went home. Fuck! I should have stuck with my instincts. God damn. Well, fair enough. You completely got all of us there, so GG, well done to you. All right, next up, we have Snake. Snake Snoot. Here we go. I have a total of 27 animals. Number 2, I fell from over 20 foot when I was 2. Number 3, I am a woman from Britain. Wouldn't it be so funny if it was I'm a woman from Britain? I feel like the first 2 are too unlikely. Alex Arbon, is that you? For fuck's sake. The first 2 are more unlikely. I mean, I literally don't know who you are. You could be a woman, but you could be not from Britain. Or you could be a man from Britain. Or you could just be not a woman and not from Britain. You know, it's like 3 possibilities there. But I feel like it's more unlikely that you fell from over 20 feet when you were 2 years old, because that is so unlikely. I'm going to go with 2, because that's a crazy one. But then maybe number 2 knocked you in the head so bad, and that's why you had 27 animals. Yeah, no, I'm going to say number 2's the lie. You probably do have 27 animals. I feel like this is more unlikely. You could have 27 fish, which is, you know, and then that knocks up the total, despite them all being in one fish tank and all fed at the same time. So I think that could be fish. You're lying about that one. I just feel like one of these is more unlikely than you being a woman from Britain. Oh, I'd laugh so hard if it was you're a woman from Britain. But then you need to explain, because there's too many possibilities. For all of these, by the way, you need to explain the animals, explain what happened there. And you can explain that one if you want, I don't really mind. All right, let's find out. Megan thinks 3. Oh, Lily thinks 3, because you choose to believe they're Alex Arbon. If you're Alex Arbon, can we be best friends? Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. There's no fucking way. The lie is I am a woman from Britain. You have 27 animals and you fell from over 20 foot when you were 2 years old. That's fucking crazy. I managed to land on a mattress. I was at a game, but they keep soft mattresses under the stands in case, like me, people like me happen. You were at a game as a 2-year-old, and there's mattresses under the stands. So you must be in the States, probably. Because those... Yeah, you must be. That's my guess. Okay, no, so we've got the, you had a black eye for 7 months. I fucking bet. I'm surprised you weren't dead. That's crazy. But, I mean, the mattresses are a lifesaver, but fucking hell. Okay, tell me, I want to know about the animals, and then you can either disclose the truth here or not. I don't really care. It's up to you. But I want to know about the 27 animals. Please say the 27 fish, because I can only imagine that being chaos in your house otherwise. It actually might not have been 20 feet. That was a lie, too. Okay. From your good friend Arky, call me Ariel if it's easier. We have, boom! These ones from Arky. Hold on, let me make it bigger. There we go. 1. When I performed in the circus, I didn't have a costume until my 3rd and last show. I had to wear theatre blacks, which is just black clothes. Number 2. When I performed in the circus, I got to perform with someone who starred in Paddington 2. Number 3. When I performed in the circus, I got pied in the face with shaving foam. Okay. So I'm going to rule out number 1. 13... Oh, God, I misread that wrong. 3 rabbits, 7 goats, finally 17 chickens and turkeys. Holy shit, it is all going on where you live. That's crazy stuff. You must have like a proper farm or ranch. That's amazing. You must be enjoying life. Love that. Please keep Dan away from them. Yeah. Okay, I'm ruling out number 1 because theatre blacks is common. So I think that's normal. 2, you got to perform with someone who starred in Paddington 2. Possible. Number 3, you got pie in the face with shaving foam. But I don't know. That one's quite common. I'm going to say you're lying about 2. I don't know. I feel like just 2's the most unlikely one out of these ones. I really don't know. So I'm going to guess that one. Okay, so... Kafdan thinks you lied about number 2 as well. Gray thinks you lied about number 2. Megan thinks you lied about number 1. Lily thinks you lied about number 1. We'll give it an extra 30 seconds in case you have any more answers coming in. And then we'll reveal what the answer is. Oh, fucking hell, we've only got 10 minutes left of the stream. My male turkey is an absolute bugger and hates all humans. Oh my god, me and your male turkey have so much fun. we will get along very well. We both agree with things. Okay, let's find out what the answer is. Oh. Three was the lie. That was the clown named Twiglet. So you didn't get pied in the face with shaving foam. Interesting. So you didn't get pied in the face with shaving foam, but you did get spawned with somebody who starred in Paddington 2. That's pretty cool. Who? And then the first one obviously makes sense. But you were lying about being pied in the face with shaving foam. But there was a clown named Twiglet. Nice one. That's pretty cool. Okay. Next one. We got Arky again. More circus ones. Here we go. Boom. In the circus, I met a member of parliament that came as a special guest. In the circus, I knew the ringmaster before from a Haven holiday park when I was younger, and he was an entertainment host then. In the circus, I forgot my routine in my third and last show and had to improvise on the spot. Okay. I feel like it is entirely possible that you've met an MP. I've met an MP. Most people in the UK have seen an MP. Because your local MP does, like, publicity things. And I know when I was younger, my local MP did the whole Christmas light switch on thing. So... Oh, and I also... That's a two truths, one lie. Oh, no, maybe I should just say it. I'll just say it because I can't think of a two truths, one lie that I can fit it in quickly enough. I also slept outside with the mayor of Bristol. It was a charity fundraiser. We had to sleep outside in a churchyard in cardboard boxes to raise money for homeless. And the mayor of Bristol did it too. There's the context. Okay, so I think you've met a member of parliament that came as a special guest. I think that's entirely possible and more likely to happen out of all of these. Number 2, you knew the ringmaster before from Haven Hardy Power when I was younger and he's an entertainment host then. I think that's possible. I think they're transferable. Number 3, you've got your routine and third and last showing you how to improvise on the spot. I don't think you'd let that happen. Because, like, forgetting it on your last show is less likely than forgetting it on your first show. I think you remembered your routine. Because the first one, you're most likely to forget it on your first one. So maybe this is, you forgot your routine in your first show. But it's definitely not your third and last show, that's for sure. I'm going to say number 3's the lie. Jen says she played the flying swan. Ah, nice one. Right, Snake thinks it's 2. Gray thinks it's 2. Megan thinks it's 2. Captain thinks it's 3. Okay, what does AITTS do? So it speaks in the voice of the character you select. So if you go to the link that's on the reward, it will make it speak in that way.
It does this.
Yeah, so that ASMR one I fucking hate. Everybody uses ASMR because everybody knows I hate it. Because it whispers whatever your message is straight to me. But other people use, like, Obama and stuff. And literally any character. So, yeah, that's what it does. It just reads out your message in somebody's voice. But only the approved voices. Okay, let's see what the answer is. Yeah. Thank goodness for that. It was number 3. You practiced all week for it. Yeah, I imagine. Obama mentioned! I forgot about that inside joke! I forgot about Obama mentioned! Oh, Lily! I completely forgot about that! Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm so glad somebody remembered that. Oh my god. The community joke comes back around after hiding away for so long. Oh, love that. Absolutely love that. So, yeah, Arky didn't forget her routine. She practiced all week for it. And for number 1, you have photos of you meeting her and you're on the MP's Facebook. Very cool. Okay, penultimate one from Snake. Oh, wait, hold on. You did the same thing twice. Okay, I see what you mean. The lie is so the lie is number 3, of course. Snake clarified that Snake is actually an American man, not a British woman. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, third one. Sorry, not third one. Last one. This is the 40th one, not the third one. This is the last one, and I am now closing the responses, so nobody else can submit anymore, because we are now at the end of the stream. I'll have to show you one day. Yeah, go for it whenever you want. Okay, so this one is from an anonymous person. 1, I am a man. 2, I am Scottish. 3, I got a total of 2 concussions and a busted lip within the past week. Who the fuck could this be? I don't know who this could be. This is anonymous. It could be Snake. Two concussions and a busted lip within the past week. Because we've had Snake say, I'm a British woman, and actually they're an American man. So it could be Scottish is the lie. And they're a man. It might even not be Snake. But Snake is being quiet. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to say it could be Snake. I'm going to put in 2. But if it's not Snake, then I don't know.
The fitness brain pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues.
Wow. Yep, you certainly found out how to use it. Okay, I'm guessing 2, but I don't know. Arky guesses 2, Kafnan guesses 1. Kafnan thinks they are not a man. Arky thinks they are not Scottish. Lily thinks they are not a man. And Gray hopes that it's 3. You hope that 3's a lie. I mean, I hope that 3's a lie as well, because that sounds dreadful. But I just get a little impression that it could be Snake, so I'm going to guess it's 2. Megan also thinks it's 2. Let's find out. Aha! The answer is indeed number 2. They're not Scottish. Number 3, Hurt Like the Devil, Curse Color Guard. Heck yes. We got it right, baby. Congratulations, everybody that guessed 2. They are indeed not Scottish. Which means I think it must be Snake, because also look at color. That's the American spelling. It must be. It was, in fact, me. Let's go. We saw through it. And that marks the end of 2 Truths, 1 Lie. God, I can't believe we've been streaming for 2 3/4 hours. Like, that has flown by. I didn't think we were going to have, like, enough content to even do 2 Truths, 1 Lie for this long. So, to be doing 2 Truths, 1 Lie for this long is great fun. I'm glad that we did it. It was good fun. Thank you all so much for all of your submissions. It was super fun. And hey, maybe we'll do it again at some point. You gave me a Hypixel rank 5 years ago. JX Jammy, welcome to the stream. Did I? Did I? I'm so glad. Thanks, man. You're welcome. I'm so glad. Welcome back. I hope you enjoying your Hypixel rank after all this time. I literally cannot remember it. So yeah, I'm glad that it all worked out. Gray got oh yeah, I forgot we got the whole total. Arky got 13 out of 40 in total. You would have guessed Larissa, but she posted on her story and she didn't have a busted lip. Yeah, I feel like we would have known about Larissa's one. Gray got 14 out of whatever it was. Megan got 18 out of 40. Yeah, it was 40 in total. That's a really good total. 18 altogether. That's pretty good. Arky got 13 out of the 40. Catherine got 6. I didn't even keep track of how many I got. But, like, also, I was too busy thinking about all of this in way too much detail that, like, I was not having any logical counting. I was just hoping. And I got quite a few wrong, so, like, let's just say I also got 5, at least. I probably got 5. But yes, that wraps up the stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next week's stream will be next week, Tuesday. That's right, you heard it.
I'm going to fart all over the haters. Screw the haters. Get out. ASMR is the best thing ever.
Wonderful. Next week, Tuesday, is the next stream. Not Friday, Tuesday. As I'm going traveling and will not be available to stream on Friday. So, yes. I'll put an announcement on Discord to remind you guys, but yes, I will see you guys next Tuesday. But it was a good stream. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for the new followers. Thank you, Alex, for the resub. Kate for the resub as well. Much appreciated. I have a long weekend, so it's basically stream, then weekend, then more stream. Heck yeah. That's the combo we like, right? Okay. Yeah, I know. Tuesday. Crazy stuff, right? I don't know how it's legal. Do we have any friends live right now? I do not think we do. No, that's okay. That's okay. Let's see if there's any just chatting streamers that are live right now that we can raid. Sort by viewers. Why is there not a low to high anymore? There used to be a low to high. Oh, all of these just chat ones are IRL. Do you know what? We'll just round off here. I'm going to spend ages looking for people, and I don't want to spend ages looking for it, so we'll just end off there. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed it. Next week stream next Tuesday. Other than that, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. See you then. Goodbye.